It has now been approximately a month, 29 days, since we had our first confirmed case of COVID-19, and that was on the 10th of March. We now have 63 confirmed cases out of 907 tests conducted. And relative to other countries in the region, we have been fairly successful in controlling the spread of the disease to this point. We are, however, by no means out of the woods, and neither are we about to become complacent. We must maintain and reinforce the safeguards and measures that have resulted in our successes so far. The strategy of the government, and to be clear, is not to shut down our economy. That is not the strategy of the government. And I want to assure businesses that the government is not seeking to go into a total lockdown. That is not what we want to do. We want you to, in your planning, to be comfortable that the government is moving with great discernment and discretion and consideration. So as we implement the measures, we review them. The ministers can tell you that we review them almost on a daily basis to make sure that we are trying to fulfill the two objectives: contain and slow down the spread of the disease while allowing businesses to operate as much as possible. We have some adjusted orders, therefore, for the curfew from 8 p.m. tonight, Wednesday the 8th of April 2020, to 6 a.m. tomorrow, Thursday the 9th of April 2020, starting from tonight to Thursday. And then from 8 p.m. on Thursday the 9th of April 2020 to 7 a.m. on Friday the 10th of April 2020. During the Easter weekend, the curfew will be from Friday the 10th of April 2020 through Monday the 13th of April 2020. The curfew will commence at 3 p.m. in the afternoon and end at 7 a.m. the next morning. In other words, the non-curfew hours, that is the period of time that you will be able to move about freely and conduct the essentials of life, would be from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily over the Easter weekend. So everybody should understand that point. Now on Easter Monday, the curfew will start 3 p.m. and ends 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. The new nightly curfew rules after Easter would be 9 p.m. starting on Tuesday to 5 a.m. Wednesday morning, continuing through to the 21st of April 2020. So for Holy Thursday tomorrow, markets will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. instead of the normal 6 p.m. closing. On the Saturday following, the 11th of April 2020, markets will be opened from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we will limit the time available for market activities on the Saturday during the Easter weekend. After Easter, we will revert to the previous hours of Sunday to Wednesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., and Thursdays to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Markets will be closed on Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and Easter Monday. And not just the markets, but the market district as defined. And this would include all areas for transportation hubs where there are vendings and the arcades. All beaches will be closed over the Easter weekend. Every educational institution, as defined in the Education Act, shall remain closed until the 22nd day of April 2020. It's important that we say it now so that parents are aware that schools will continue to be closed. The next time you will hear from, well, up until the 22nd of April. And then, as usual, we will give you enough advance notice of a decision to reopen or to close. During the period of the 8th to the 21st of April, the following categories of persons are required to wear a mask that is fitted to cover the nose and the mouth. Persons ill with respiratory or flu-like symptoms. You have a fever to start with. You have a persistent cough. You may have a cold. You might be sneezing persistently. Those are generally the symptoms that we are talking about. But there might be others. You might have difficulty breathing and so forth. Persons caring for someone at home with a flu-like or respiratory illness. 3, senior persons over the age of 65. And persons with comorbidities. These are what we call the pre-existing conditions. Some of them are non-communicable diseases, the hypertension, the diabetes, as we said, respiratory illnesses, and a significant number of Jamaicans have those kinds of pre-existing conditions. During the period from the 8th to the 21st of April 2020, persons are strongly encouraged to wear a mask that is fitted to cover the nose and mouth while in public places. If you are going to go to the market, if you're going to take public transportation, if you have to go to somewhere where there would be a lot of people, not necessarily gathered in tents or crowded, but still a lot of people in that area, wear a mask. With effect from the 8th of April to the end of the 21st of April 2020, the following categories of persons shall remain at their place of residence, except that they may leave their premises once per day for food, medicine, exercise, and other necessities of life. Persons 70 years and over. There is a view that our borders are closed generally, and it is having an impact on trade and the movement of cargo. I want to take this opportunity to say that none of the orders that we have put in place has in any way limited or restricted the movement of cargo and trade generally. Our ports and airports are open, wide open now to cargo.
The general work from home order remains in place and has been extended and modified. So during the period April 8 to April 21, all persons who can work from home should work from home. During that period, an employer may permit the employee who is able to work from home to work from home. And in relation to an employee who is not able to work from home, the employer may nonetheless permit that person to work from home in order to care for an elderly or ailing family member, a child of the employee, if there is no other suitable childcare arrangement available for that purpose. So we have listened to the feedback in relation to how the orders are working generally and what modifications are required. And also during the period April 8 to April 21st, we ask that no adverse consequences be imposed on employees in relation to persons who have attained the age of 70 years or more, or persons who exhibit flu-like symptoms. In other words, do not require them to come to work. And in addition to that, we have imposed a duty on persons who are ill to stay home. So work from home generally. You can make your arrangements with your employer, and we did. Yes, if you're ill with flu-like symptoms or respiratory symptoms in particular, ill with them, not just having them, if you're ill with them. because we understand, according to the CMO, that a number of persons may have the symptoms generally. So we're looking at the illness. And we maintain the direction that, in relation to the grant of permission to an employee, it shall not count against the leave entitlement of the employee unless otherwise agreed between employer and employee.
And I want you to have confidence as well that we will come out of this crisis, that there is life after COVID, and that you should continue your plans for your economic activities and all your other activities. Don't scrap them. Keep on making those plans and seeing how best you can advance those plans, because it is having those plans in place that we will come out of the economic doldrums and have a fast recovery after we have come out of the health crisis.